Greetings, Zombie Slayer Sleepy Jim here with an achievement guide for Black Ops 2 Zombies Map Origins. This is the Master Wizard achievement. For this achievement in Origins, you need to wield all of the ultimate staffs in a single game, and it is worth a pretty tidy 40 gamer score. Now, I'm not going to show you guys how to build the elemental staffs in this particular guide. I have 4 separate videos, one for each of those staffs. I'll put a link in the description, as well as an annotation on screen if you want to go check those out. But once you have those elemental staffs built, basically you want to pick up whichever one you're going to turn into the ultimate version here. And here we're just building the ice staff. We're going to do this one first. I'm going to go into detail here, guys, and show you each of the steps involved, as well as actually explaining how the codes work, which a lot of guides don't even bother doing for you, as well as providing some cheat sheets and stuff to make it easy for you as well. Now, as soon as I pick up the staff that I'm going to turn into the ultimate staff, I basically do these dials first, but you can do this step a little bit later if you want to. It involves, in the excavation site, obviously, you want to flip these levers and line up the 4 dials with the correct color corresponding to the element of the staff that you're upgrading. So in this case it is blue for the ice staff. Now, a little tip here, guys, once you drop down to where mule kick is, you can actually jump up to this lever instead of going all the way around, and you can activate it from down here. But I think we need one more hit on this lever, and then we'll get all 4 dials lined up with the blue ice element color. Now, we'll move on to the next step in upgrading this stuff, which is a puzzle in the crazy place. Now, it's worth noting at this point that the puzzles involved in Origins often involve 2 sets of numeral systems. The ternary system, which is a base 3 system. So remember, the binary system 0s and 1s is a base 2. Ternary is base 3, 0s, 1s, and 2s. And then there's quaternary, which is 0s, 1s, 2s, and 3s, represented by cuneiform style symbols. Now, on the right here, we have this tile, which is the ternary symbol with the dots. Up top here, we have tiles with the quaternary symbols with the cuneiform symbols. Now, you need to match up the ternary symbol with the dots with the quaternary symbol on the tiles on the ceiling. So here's a cheat sheet for you guys. Basically, you just want to check what number is represented by the dots, and then in this case we have the 4 dots, which is 8, and that is the quaternary symbol, which looks like an L with a dot. And then we can just basically zap that one with your ice staff, and you just go through all the different symbols until you've flipped them all over in the correct order. It is super easy, guys, once you get used to recognizing which symbol represents the other symbol type. So when you've done that, guys, you will hear a message from Samantha, and you can move on to the next part of upgrading this stuff, which involves a very simple puzzle in the main part of the map outside the crazy place. Okay, now once we get outside the crazy place, we're going to have to find 3 headstones found throughout the map. The first location here is just outside the tank station here near spawn, and you want to shoot these headstones with the ice staff, and then shoot them again with a regular weapon that shoots bullets, and that will shatter the headstone. And you'll need to do 3 of these headstones. The second one we're going to do here is located right near the excavation site, right here near the giant footprint. And the third and final one is located over here, not too far from Jug, near the MP40 location in this part of the map, right here. Now, once we've done that, basically we're going to head back into the excavation site down where we built the stuff originally, and where we did the dial puzzles with those colored dials and levers. Because they're all lined up now, all we have to do is to shoot a blue ball of light that will appear just below those dials. And then there's one final step, but we're going to do that all at once because we're doing all of the ultimate staffs, and we're just going to do it efficiently, and I'll explain that a little bit later. But that's all we're going to do for the ice staff for the time being. So shooting this blue ball of light. Now, the next staff we're going to do is the wind staff. Once again, with the wind staff, what's going to happen is we're going to have a puzzle in the crazy place, and we're going to have another puzzle outside as well. Okay, now down in the crazy place on the ceiling, you're going to find this puzzle, and basically you need to shoot these rotating circles, and they will change the symbols. Now once you get the symbols in the correct sequence, it will unlock this part of the puzzle. Now I'm going to explain to you guys what these symbols mean, the numbers, and how it all works, but also if you just want to know which symbols to match up, I'm also going to give you a cheat sheet at the end, guys. So that axis I was looking at is the symbols on the left hand side of this image that you're looking at right there, and that corresponds with a symbol on a pillar just below that axis, this one right here, which looks like the word ill, or ILL. Now the axis on the right corresponds to this symbol here that you can see on this stone as well, but you only really need to line up one of these. So getting back to this image here, guys, I'm going to explain what these cuneiform symbols actually mean in the quaternary number system. So starting from the center of the disc, we see the symbols on the left axis. We have that one stroke. That means the number 1. Now after that, or just above that, heading towards the outside of the circle, we have a stroke and an L shape. That is 1 and 2. After that, we have an L shape and an upside down F, which is 2 and 3. And above that, or after that, we have an L shape and a dot, which is 2 and 0. So those numbers in the quaternary system actually correspond to the numbers 1, 6, 11, and 8. And the sum of those 4 numbers is 26. Now the symbol on the wall here is 1, 2, 2, and in quaternary that corresponds, you guessed it, to 26. So that is how that puzzle works, guys. But just as an explanation, all you really need to do is to copy the symbols and line them up in the sequence that you see right here. Either of those 2 columns will do it for you, and it is the same every single time when you do this puzzle. So I hope that helps, guys, and I just thought I'd give you an explanation of how this puzzle works, because pretty much 99% of the guides out there do not explain this, and pretty much a lot of people just copy the symbols without really knowing what the puzzle is that they're doing. Now we'll come back to these quaternary and ternary stuff a little bit later in one of the other puzzles later on. But now that we've done that part of the puzzle for the wind stuff, you want to come to the outside of the map again and shoot these 3 balls that have smoke coming off the top. So that one was near Jug, this one's near Stamina, and you want to shoot them so that the smoke then changes direction and drifts towards the excavation site. Now for this third one, you can shoot it from the other side, but that won't complete the puzzle because the smoke will not go in the right direction. So I actually need to come all the way around the back here where the tank track is and shoot this one right here, and that will complete that part of the puzzle for the wind staff. Now we'll come back again to charging this later on, same as with the ice staff, but we also want to line up the colors with these dials like we did with the ice staff, but this time to the yellow color for the wind staff. Now at the end of this, guys, I'm also going to demonstrate to you what these 4 ultimate staves are actually like, what they're actually like to use, how powerful they are and stuff like that at a relatively high round, and so you guys can check them out and decide which one you want to build yourself most of the time. Now once again, when you've lined up all of these dials with the correct color for your staff, there's going to be a ball of light at the bottom after you've done the other 2 puzzles that you'll need to shoot with the staff as well. Okay, so there's all 4 yellow dials. Now we just shoot this ball once again, and we're ready to head on and do the next stuff. Now the next staff that we're going to set up to make ultimate is the lightning staff. Now similar to the first 2 staffs that we've set up, you're going to need to head to the crazy place to do a puzzle down there in the purple part of the crazy place in this case, where you will find a crazy looking thing that looks like this, and this is actually a musical keyboard. Each of these, once you shoot it with the lightning staff, will actually make a note. So you need to actually hit 3 sets of 3 notes to complete this puzzle that correspond with the scales that are actually drawn on the side of this area. So if you look at the lower part of this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 triangles which represent the notes C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. Now, we're just going to basically call these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 for the purpose of explaining this puzzle. What you actually need to hit first up is 6, 1, and 3, then 3, 5, and 7, and then finally 4, 6, and 2. And once you do that, you will have completed this part of the puzzle, and we'll head back up to the main part of the map for the second part of setting up this particular stuff. So here we go, 6, 1, and 3, and you can hear that sounds a musical chord. And then we have 3, 5, and 7. And we're just going to run back around so the zombie doesn't take us out. And then we have the final chord, which is 4, 6, 2. Okay, so we're heading back up to the main part of the map now. Now, the next thing that we actually have to do is there are some electrical panels located throughout the map. There are 6 of these which have a little switch on them, and the switch will be sparking now. Now, what you actually need to do is turn the switch until it stops sparking. Now, it also makes a distinctive sound, so the main thing is to listen out for that sound, because some of the switches you're not going to see the spark. So just be careful of that. Just listen until the buzzing noise stops and you know you've got it. So we're heading up here to the first location of these panels, which is conveniently just outside the lightning staff tunnel, and we're just switching that there up where stamina up is. I think the video just glitched out a bit there, sorry about that guys, but once we've turned the dial and that one stops sparking, we're going to head to the second one. Now all the while through this, of course, I'm running a single zombie around, keeping him alive so the next round doesn't start, because you want to try and do it as early as possible. Okay, so that's the first one done. The second one we're heading to is here near where the tank is situated underneath the church. And that's the second panel done. The third one is just above this in the top part of the church, so we'll head up the stairs to do that one as well. And this one only took one turn, so that was pretty cool. Okay, the fourth one we're going to head to is located near where Juggernog is, around in the burnt out building here. And this one you can't see the sparks, so you have to actually listen for the buzzing noise, and when the buzzing stops you know it's in the right position. Okay, the next one is down here in the spawn area. And we've done that one. And there is another one located in the tank station here. Just here near the exit to the tank track. And the final one is back at the excavation site in the trench here. And that will complete this part of the puzzle. Okay, so next up, just like with the other staffs, we have to line up the coloured dials down here in the excavation site, and then we have to shoot the coloured ball of light that will be down there below the dials with the lightning staff in this case. Okay, so there we go, we shoot the ball of light and that will reset the puzzle once again for the next stuff, which is the fire stuff. Okay, so the next stuff that we're going to be doing is the fire staff. Now, at this point, because we've set up the other 3 staffs, what I've actually done is I've placed them in their pedestals here in the crazy place. So we're actually going to be charging the other 3 staffs while we're doing this step for the fire staff to start setting that up as well. So what you actually have to do is you have to kill zombies with the fire staff here in this location in the crazy place, and their bodies will actually be absorbed by these 4 pots that are behind me here in this location, and one by one those pots will actually be set on fire. When all 4 are set on fire, you've actually completed this step in upgrading the fire staff. Now it does take quite a few zombie kills to get these pots lit up here. But while we're doing this, we're also simultaneously charging the other 3 staffs. So that's a pretty good, efficient way to do this step, if you're going to get all 4 ultimate staffs in the one game. Now this is probably a fairly high round to be doing this step. You can actually get this step done super early, around round 7 or 8 even, and it's going to be a lot easier for you to do it earlier in the game. It just worked out this way for me in this particular game. So we've got 3 of the pots lit up. We've just got the final one to do now. We're going to have to head into the next round here. As I said, it does take quite a few zombie kills to get these all 4 lit up the way you want them. So we're about halfway there with killing the zombies here in this location with the fire staff. Okay, we've got 3 lit up. And there we go, we've got the 4th one lit up. So that's this step completed for the fire staff. We can actually head back now to the main part of the map for the next part of upgrading this fire staff. Now after you've done this part of upgrading the fire staff, you'll need to head back up to the main part of the map and then head to the top of the church. And once again, we'll have a ternary number system puzzle here. So basically you will have 4 sets of these numbers on the wall lit up at this point. Now once again, you can use the cheat sheet that I'm going to show you on the screen right now to decode these. So we're looking at the dots here, which represent the ternary symbols for this puzzle. So basically all you need to do is check out the symbols that you have on the wall, match them up using this cheat sheet for the numbers that will correspond to some torches that we have to light down in the bottom of the church. Now the one exception is the number 4. There is no number 4 torch, there is only a torch which has a blood stain below it. So just keep in mind that that is the torch that corresponds to the number 4. Now in this case, the numbers that we got in that code were 6, 11, 4, which is the bloodstain torch, and then we had the number 7. So once you've lit up the correct torches, and you do have a sort of a timer on that, you have to do it fairly quickly for them all to stay lit at the same time, you will be able to move on to upgrading the fire staff. Okay, so next up we have to head down into the excavation site, line up all the dials with the correct color, which in this case is red, like we did with all the other staffs, and then we'll shoot the glowing ball of light down here with the fire staff. So I actually lined up these earlier, and we just have to shoot this ball of light right here. Okay, so we have charged up all 3 of the other staffs, which are all now ultimate staffs waiting for us in the crazy place after we got all those zombie kills with the fire staff earlier. So all we have to do is place the fire staff, and now we have to charge that up. I'm going to pick up the ultimate wind staff to help me out to do that a little bit safer here. Now, if you get stuck with those falling walls in the crazy place, guys, it's probably worth mentioning that in a few of these locations, notably the ice staff teleporter area and the wind staff teleporter area, which is where I am right now, you can actually train zombies in this area, and you also have a really good long field of view for you to kill the zombies that come up here. Probably a little bit safer than the other area down in the middle of the map, because you don't have the walls falling down and blocking you off and getting you trapped and killed. So this is where I like to hang out when I'm doing all of these steps that are involved in making these staffs ultimate. Now once we've charged up and killed enough of these zombies, and we will have got the fire staff. Now in order to get this achievement, you actually have to wield all 4 of these ultimate staffs. So that simply means picking them up, and I'm doing that here. So we're making sure we've picked up all 4 of the ultimate staffs, and we will get the achievement for 40 gamer score when we've done that. Now, Talking about these staffs, once you upgrade them, the names of them, the ice staff becomes Ul's arrow. Ul is the Norse god of winter, and the wind staff is Boreas Fury, which is the Greek god of the north wind. The lightning staff is Kamat's bite. Now, Kamat is actually the lightning dog owned by the Tungian thunder god Cataclan. Never heard of him before, but there you go. The fire staff is called Katsuchi's blood, which is the Japanese god of fire. These also have a melee ability, which is a one hit to round 16, and also an instant revive ability by basically flipping them around, and you can shoot teammates if they get down to instantly revive them. Similar to the upgraded ballistic knife effect that we used to get as well. So that is pretty cool, guys. I'm giving you a demonstration here. You can see the lightning stuff here at round 30 in the crazy place. This was after I did the Easter egg, by the way, if you're wondering why it looks like this. But you can see it's actually not that great. But the other staffs are still a one-hit kill with the charged shot. Now, you charge the shot by holding down your trigger, but that does take 6 ammunition if you hold it down for the full charge. But it's definitely worth it. Look at that. Definitely the most powerful staff is the wind staff. The ice staff is also pretty epic as well. But the wind staff is pretty awesome, guys. So there you go. Please remember to rate and comment if you enjoyed this, and let me know which stuff you think is the best. If you have any questions as well, please leave those in the comments. But for now, it is Slippy Jim out. Thanks for watching.